Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Sparkling Knowledge Channel. History of Ramzan. The word Ramzan originates from the Arabic root ar-ramad or ramada, which means scorching heat or scarcity of rations. Ramzan is the holy month of fasting as ordained by the Quran for all Muslims who have reached puberty and who are able to keep it, and it is the fourth pillar of Islam. It falls on the ninth month of the Islamic calendar and according to the Quran has been decreed to encourage all Muslims to be pious and charitable. It is the time of meditation, reflection, and self-reformation, allowing people to renew and purify their faith. This month is particularly significant in the Islamic calendar as it was in this month that the first chapters of the Quran were revealed to Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him. Ramzan is the month in which was sent down the Quran as a guide to mankind, also clear signs of guidance and judgment between right and wrong. So every one of you who is present at his home during that month should spend it in fasting. Al-Baqarah, Ayah 2, verse 185. This month is also momentous for another significant event, the Battle of Badr, which was the first battle between the Muslims of Medina and the pagans of Makkah. It was fought in 624 CE in the present-day Saudi Arabia, with the Muslims gaining victory, and is mentioned in the Quran and recorded in Hadith. Suhr and Iftar. During Ramzan, the fast begins at sunrise when the white thread becomes distinct from the black thread, Al-Baqarah, Ayah 2, verse 187, and ends at sunset. Most Muslims rise before the dawn for an early meal known as suhr. Whilst observing the fast, Muslims are forbidden to eat, drink, smoke, or take part in sexual intercourse. According to traditions, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, broke his fast at the end of each day with a date, a custom that is widely practiced amongst many Muslims. The meals prepared for ending the fast is known as Iftar and is considered to be a time for families to gather together and break bread. Although fasting is compulsory, there are many who are exempt from observing it. The elderly, the sick, those who are on a journey, and women who are pregnant or menstruating are not expected to keep the fast. Because fasting is an act of worship, they are required, however, to make up an equal amount of days later in the year. Those who are unable to do so must feed a needy person for each day that has been missed. Every one of you who is present at his home during that month should spend it in fasting. But if any all is ill or on a journey, the prescribed period should be made up by days later. Allah intends every facility for you. He does not want to put to difficulties. Al-Baqarah, Ayah 2, verse 185. Prayers and Zakat. Many Muslims believe that their good deeds and intentions in the month of Ramzan bring greater rewards than at any other time of the year. This is partly based on the belief that in this month the gates of heaven are open while the gates of hell remain shut. When Ramzan comes, the gates of paradise are open and the gates of hell are closed, and the devils are put in chains. Narrated by Abu Huraira. Throughout this month, there are long nightly prayers during which lengthy chapters of the Quran known as Tarawih are recited. These prayers, although not compulsory, are greatly recommended. The word Tarawih comes from the Arabic word for rest, as during these prayers, worshippers sit for brief periods to rest before resuming their prayer. Muslims also pay zakat during the month, which is the third pillar of Islam, requiring Muslims to give to the needy and poor. Those who can afford to pay this generally do so during the month of Ramadan, although zakat can be paid at any time during the year. In the last 10 days of Ramadan, many Muslims go into seclusion, known as I'tikaf, for prayer and meditation in the search for Laylatul Qadr, or the night of decree. According to Islam, this is the anniversary of the night that the first verses of the Quran were revealed to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. It is also believed that in this night their destiny for the following year is decided, and many spend this night in supplication to God. The exact date that this night falls on is uncertain, but it is widely agreed that it occurs in the last 10 days of the month. To spend this night in a prayer is considered to be more rewarding than 1,000 months of devotion. Islamic calendar. Islamic calendar, which is believed to begin in AD 622, is a lunar one. It has 12 lunar months of approximately 354 days, and because it is 11 days shorter than the solar year, Islamic holy days tend to shift 11 days earlier each year and corresponds with the Georgian calendar. The Islamic calendar began the day after the Hijrah, the flight of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, from Mecca to Medina. The current Islamic year is 1429.